Sir, I've just got off the phone to constituents in Ballyfermot. I'm not sure if you know about this. It'd be interesting to see if you do. Over 90, at least 90 people over 85 years of age have had their vaccinations cancelled that they were due to have today and tomorrow. And the Ballyfermot Primary Healthcare Centre was emptied of all other appointments in order for it to allow that happen. The vaccinations never arrived, and we have all these very, very disappointed, very worried, very anxious people and an entire community up in arms about how they've been treated. They can't get anyone on the phone from the centre or from the HSE to give an explanation or to offer an alternative date. Now, that is just a flavour of the background of the frustration and the sense of desperation and the growing anger that's out there over the way this government is handling the COVID crisis at the moment. And what you're trying to do here today in passing this piece of legislation that you put in front of us will do nothing, only compound that. And I don't understand why you don't see why that won't compound it. If you let a whole community down like you did this morning, by failing to deliver the vaccines to Ballyfermot, which isn't exactly Timbuktu, it's Dublin 10, it's easy to find. They were told they'd have them. As I said, their appointments were scheduled. And if you then say, none of you can go more than 5 kilometres outside your hometown, you have to stick to this rigid regime, and everybody's complying, and everybody wants the over 85s and beyond in Ballyfermot to get their jabs because they're the salt of the earth people that made our communities, that we all love, and everybody's hopeful for that. And then you come in here and tell us you're going to go with a piece of legislation that basically is going to continue to allow foreign travel into this country, go unabated, unchecked, for at least another 4 weeks, and even after the regulations become applicable, or possibly applicable, you're still only looking at a tiny cohort of potential travel into this country. The bulk of travel into this country is not coming from the suggested list. It's coming from all over Europe, from the States, American troops coming through Shannon that haven't quarantined and travel into Limerick. There's loads of examples of real danger of variants of the virus coming into this country while people struggle to put up with the restrictions and to do their best for each other with that sense of social solidarity. They need to see social solidarity from the government, to think about what they're doing, not to think about the optics of what they're doing, but what you are actually doing is you are failing to help to crush the virus while everybody else is bending over backwards trying. Now, you have it within your power to accept the amendments that are before you today, and I'm really pleading with you to do so, and to give people a sense of hope and an idea that we can actually do this. Because if we do not limit and quarantine non-essential travel into this country, then we are a leaky sieve, and we are potentially wide open to variants from whether it's California or Austria or God knows where else. Because what you're proposing will not do what it's meant to do. And I don't believe that you're thinking it through, or else all you're concerned about, all Fianna Fáil, Fine Gael and the Greens are concerned about, is the optics of this. You know, that we're actually trying to do something. After failing for 10 months to take note and to try and do it, we're now pretending we're trying to do something. So never let it be said that we didn't try to introduce mandatory quarantine, because you're not. You're actually making a bags of it. And you're leaving our communities very, very vulnerable and wide open. And I would appreciate an explanation for what happened in my constituency this morning, because it's probably not the only constituency in the country it's happening in, and we need to know how people who are very, very desperate are going to be treated while they wait to be vaccinated and then to be let down. But please do accept the amendments that are before you, because they will do the job rather than the bill that you have devised.